Things I thought were normal until I started traveling outside of the United States, part 2. So number 1 is going to be taxes being added to the bill at the conclusion of the sale rather than in the sticker price. So in the United States, we have some very weird tax laws. You have the base price, it'd be like $2.99, and then when you get to go pay, then they add the sales tax, and that could be state, local, all the fun extra things. It might be $3.75 or something like after all the taxes have been added. But long story short, the price that you pay on the sticker is not going to be the price that you pay once you finalize the sale. I remember when I moved to Germany when I was a wee little high schooler, and I had some item and I walked up and it was like, €2 or whatever, and that was it. I handed them €2 and I was done, and that was it. And I was like, this is the most amazing thing ever. Most countries that I have gone to ever since then, the taxes are included in the price, and it's just beautiful. Number 2 is going to be that public transportation sucks. So in the US, we are a very car-centric society, thanks Ford and General Motors. So a lot of our public infrastructure, we actually had a really good public transportation system like way back in the day. And then motor companies, they made us change all of our infrastructure basically to be very car centric. We had a lot of railways and public transport taken down. And unfortunately now that shows later into modern society, where we basically have very little public transportation, and infrastructure that we do have really sucks. With a mild exception for New York City, which is where I currently live, the MTA is the best public transport I think that we have in the entire country. And that's still just kind of not great if you compare it to something like Seoul, South Korea, or something like that. At least like in New York, you can basically get anywhere, at least like within Manhattan. Once you start getting to like outer boroughs, it can be a little bit trickier and you need a car. But public transport doesn't actually suck if you go somewhere else. Cars, buses, trains. I mean, clearly like not everywhere, but most major cities will have something like this, versus the US, it's just not really a thing. Number 3 is going to be TSA pre-check. In the United States, we do have the TSA, or the Transportation Security Administration, and we have a program called TSA pre-check. There is a fee, there's a background check. There's a lengthy process to actually get approved, to give a ton of information to basically be like, I'm not a terrorist. And you can leave your shoes on. Now everyone can do that, but leave your laptop, liquids, and things like that inside of your bag. And of course, like every country has different rules about security at their airports, but I didn't realize that pretty much everyone goes through like the same line, and that really shocked me at first. And I actually remember about a year ago, I was with a friend and they were like, what do you mean? We don't have to go to the airport early. We have TSA pre-check. We were in Greece. And I was like, oh honey, that doesn't apply here. So there's 3 more things that I learned and I thought were normal before I started traveling outside of the United States.